Jonathan Majors has been fired by Disney.
I feel like masturbating till my eyes pop up my skull. Then I'm drinking till my blood turns into wine. I'll crash my car into the river, drowning out my soul. With a gun in my hand in case I don't die.
So, I, like probably a lot of people, have grown quite tired of superhero movies, superhero media, just everything in general. It's all really about the same thing. You keep paying the same amount of money to go see the exact same movie over and over and over. Now, Marvel used to be extremely awesome, extremely popular. Even I was a big fan of it at one point. It was really cool to go see your favorite superheroes that, came from the bottom of the barrel, like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. Nobody knew any of these characters very well up until this point. Sure, they were popular in their own sense, but in reality, they weren't the bigwigs like the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Spider-Man. But, the MCU made them into something great. Disney made them into something great. And along with that, we had some pretty bad villains over the years. We had some really good villains over the years. A couple that have been really good that are kind of like iconic is Loki. Thanos hit the ball out of the park. A lot of people say Killmonger. I personally didn't really care about Killmonger. I didn't really like Black Panther. I know, shoot me. But when it came down to it, after the Thanos incident from, everything leading up to Phase 4, from Phase 5 going forward, Disney needed a new villain, and they came up with Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror is just a villain from the comic. He was so irrelevant that I've literally never heard of him. And I'm not saying like I'm like the biggest authority when it comes to comic books, because I'm not. I don't really care about comic books. I think they're very lame and nerdy. And I remember back in the day we used to get beat up for liking them. But now it's just become very mainstream and very popular. But after Thanos, Disney needed a brand new villain, and they decided to settle with Kang the Conqueror, He Who Remains. So the actor they hired was a man named Jonathan Majors, who I believe was like an up-and-coming actor. I'm not 100% too sure on that. I've never seen this man in anything else, so who knows? I mean, I may be wrong. I may be watching the wrong media. But as far as I'm aware, this is just kind of like a new guy. So let's go ahead and read this. I'm excited. Jonathan Majors fired by Disney Marvel Studios after assault guilty verdicts. Actor had played Kang the Conqueror. Okay. I think he made his debut in Loki Season 1. I know he was like the villain in Ant-Man. I never saw Ant-Man 3, so I don't really know. But anyways, Jonathan Majors is out of the Disney Studios kingdom. Oh. The news comes today in the wake of an Emmy-nominated actor being found guilty of reckless assault and harassment in his domestic violence trial by a 6-person New York City jury. A studio rep confirmed that the news about their decision to not move forward with Majors in the MCU. So I am very curious if they're going to do the Rhodey thing from Iron Man to Iron Man 2. Rhodey was originally played by, I can't think of the actor's name, but then he got replaced by Don Cheeto, or however you say his name. And it was a completely different face. So it's kind of going to be interesting. Now, I don't think it'd be too bad of an issue for them to recast him, except for the problem that if you have seen Ant-Man Quantum Mania or whatever it was called, at the very end, and I only know this because I've seen it on YouTube, because everyone was talking about it, at the very end of the movie, the end credit scene shows all of the John Majors characters of Kang the Conqueror all showing up at a big coliseum or whatever. So if you recast them, it kind of just, like, I don't know, it's just going to be very interesting. On top of that, like, you've kind of built him up to be the next big bad, and you don't really have anything else going forward for you. Now, what really drives the story, as we all know, is the villain. The villain is usually what makes people like kind of like or hate the movie. Loki was one of those like really lovable, really evil characters. He was misunderstood, as the woman said. And Thanos was just really cool. Like, you didn't really know much about Thanos. He was kind of a meme for the longest time. Remember when the first Avengers came out, everyone thought it was Hellboy at the end of the cinematic, or at the end of the movie. So nobody really knew who Thanos was. I mean, comic book nerds probably, but like everyone else who didn't care about this shit, we just thought it was Hellboy. Like, I thought it was Hellboy. I was like, oh my god, how did they get Dark Horse involved with this? It was interesting, But when it comes to this, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, are they just gonna recast him, or are they just gonna, like, just, oh, never mind, the story's been resolved? Because they kind of built him up. I mean, if he gets beat by Ant-Man, he could have never been a major villain, So let's continue. They just played a mega villain who remains. I'm sorry, He Who Remains. Wait a sec. aka Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 4 through 6. Holy shit. So we were going to be with him for a while. Like 10 years. We were going to be with Kang for 10 years. Because if Phase... Well, I mean, could you really call it Phase 4? Because it'd be like Phase 5, right? Or Phase 3, I guess, was the Infinity War in-game one. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. But still, that's a long time. He debuted as a character during Season 1 of Loki in 2021, then continued on to Season 2 this year, as well as the February movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which made more than $500 million. That's it? Damn Disney. That's all you guys managed to make. Majors had also had back-to-back hit in Amazon MGM's Creed 3 in March, which grossed over $275 million. I don't know. I didn't even know there was a Creed 3. I didn't even know there was a Creed 2. Damn, I'm like really out of the loop. Having stuck with the actor over the months since his arrest on March 25th, WME continued to represent Majors. His lifetime agent Elan Rusboli? What are these names, man? These are like the most like Google-generated names ever. Testified briefly in Major's defense last week as the last witness in the nearly 2-week trial. He Who Remains was plotted to be the big baddie during the MCU's Phase 5 and 6, with the character getting his own movie, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, scheduled for May 1st, 2026. So wow, that was like really close. We were really close to that. That movie recently saw its director, Shang-Chi's Destin Daniel Cretton, exit due to his busy dance card on other Marvel projects. It's to be decided in regards to whether Marvel keeps the Kang character intact while recasting the part with another actor, which, I mean, if they're going to do it, they might as well. You know, it's just another variant, you know, like, it's the multiverse, you can do anything, who cares? Michael Walden recently was tapped to write Avengers: Kang Dynasty. This was being set to the Phase 6 final Avengers: Secret War. Oh, I didn't know that. The Loki Season 1 showrunner was brought aboard to give their Avengers movies a fresh take given the situation here with Majors. I mean, honestly, I think they should just kind of, like, you know, wrap it up and just, like, get it over with, because, honestly, nobody's really hyped for these movies anymore. Like, after Endgame, everyone just kind of dropped off the Marvel. Like, it's pretty obvious if you watch the new Captain Marvel, or the Marvels, or whatever it was called. I didn't even see it either. If you see that movie, you kind of understand. Like, that had the lowest opening. It actually fell below the Incredible Hulk, which wasn't even... It was a Universal movie, if I remember. It wasn't even... Yeah, it was a Universal movie. It wasn't even a Disney movie. So technically, this is the lowest Disney MCU movie. The Incredible Hulk wasn't even originally Disney. So, the season 2 final of Loki's seemed to have lead the fate of Kang the Conqueror and his variants up in the air. It's not the first time that the studio has had to swap actors out for a specific role. Very early on the MCU, Terrence Howard, that's who it was cast as Rhodey in Iron Man. Talks broke down for Howard on the sequel, and Don Cheadle stepped in to take over the role for the MCU, playing Rhodey as recently as this year's Disney Plus Secret Invasion. Before his March arrest, Majors was shaped up to have an excellent 2023. Oh yeah, he was going to be big. Prior to the tentpole Ant-Man of the Creed threequels, what? Okay, trilogy. I don't know why you can't just say trilogy. You try to sound smarter than you really are. They just won rave reviews for the Sundance drama magazine Dreams, in which he played a disturbed amateur bodybuilder. This movie was snapped up by the Searchlight for a December 8th theatrical release and the award season run, but it was pulled by the theatrical schedule by Disney-owned label in October. The pick's fate and whether it streams on Hulu remains to be decided. So, yeah, it looks like his career is pretty much done at this point. I don't really know if he's ever going to do something again. I don't even know if he's going to jail. Let's find out. Or prison, I should say. So, soon after his March arrest, Majors was fired by his manager, 360 Entertainment, and published the lead company. The actor who received a Primetime Emmy and Actor Drama nomination for HBO's Lovecraft Country back in 2021 also was let go from Myriad projects, including Protagonist Pictures film, a featured adaptation, sorry, I can't read, of the Walter Mosley novel The Man in My Basement, an ad campaign for the Texas Rangers MLB team, as well as the unannounced Otis Redding biopic that the actor was circling from the 5th season. Huh. Okay. So I guess he's done. Another black actor kind of ripped away from success in Hollywood. So this is going to be interesting to see what they do going forward. I did want to say it's very hilarious to me that Ezra Miller got to keep his role as the Flash in Warner Brothers, but, you know, hey, Jonathan Majors, whatever the hell he did, it was something about domestic abuse or something. I don't know. I didn't really care to follow the story. I just found this very interesting because, if you haven't realized by now, I'm very anti-Disney. I'm very much against superhero movies. I just think that they're just lazy media. Now, take it I have favorite superhero movies. Like the new Spider-Man movies have been great. I don't think Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie is too good. I know everyone seems to love those movies, but he's a terrible Spider-Man. He's not really Spider-Man. I don't look at him and think Spider-Man. I look at him and look like, oh, look at this Iron Man fanboy, you know? But yeah, this is interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do, but you know, it's gonna be a shit show either way. So if they recast him, people are gonna get mad. If they don't recast him, people are gonna get mad because it was just kind of like, what's the point? As it stands right now, the MCU is kind of like in shambles. So yeah, this is all gone to shit. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.